Gene was more of a, a cerebral type guy, with the stuff that he was always writing. Back then, he was always constantly on typewriters, typing. He'd be amazed right now with, word processors and stuff that he'd just be constantly typing and doing stuff. And so he was all more involved and cared for the history of the organization, the history of his parents, since his mom was half white and his dad was Filipino. And he cared about that history on the Filipino side of, what it meant when his dad was going up to Alaska, and, and how the struggles that they had. And he didn't necessarily want that for this next generation. And, it shouldn't be the same. You shouldn't have to, you shouldn't have to pay to get dispatch. You shouldn't have to pay, to the president to buy these, these tickets so you can get dispatch. That wasn't right. You shouldn't, these guys are gambling. You shouldn't have to pay to, to gamble, and these guys taking a cut of the gambling, and the union takes, all that wasn't right. So that's what they wanted to try to reform. But and I think that they associated part of the overall organization being part of the ILWU, the International Longshore Warehouse Union, that was the legacy of. When they looked at it, especially I believe Gene, the job, what Harry Bridges brought in terms of organizing the union, I think that he understood that meant, and that even though that this organization, if it's just cannery workers, we should live by that legacy of Harry Bridges, and not necessarily be a corrupt and non-democratic union. That it's so the members that drive this organization, and not the leadership, and it's not a top-down, it's a bottom-up organization. I truly believe that's what they felt.